So the $2,000 tariff dividend checks will be released soon. Well, actually, not released, but of course, got to go through legislation in order to approve whether or not the $2,000 tariff checks will actually be sent out. But it was announced today when those $2,000 tariff checks will be actually put out next year, according to President Trump. So basically, for a while now, it has been talk of these $2,000 tariff dividend checks where a lot of people are speculating, oh, we're going to get this, we're going to get this, we might not get this. But there's also people on YouTube out there who are making a bunch of clickbait videos where they may have it set up for the fact that it's been approved or already whatever. But we all know the truth. The fact of the matter is that you need Congress to go ahead and legislate this. So the president has announced earlier today when these $2,000 tariff checks will be sent out. So let's take a listen.
When I pay people $2,000 each for low and moderate income and middle income people, everybody but the rich will get this. That's not made up. That's real money. That comes from other countries. Yeah.
Holiday shopping?
No, not for this year. It'll be next year sometime.
Do you have a time frame?
No,
How many months?
sometime during the year, next year. It's a lot of money, but we've taken in a lot of money from tariffs. The tariffs allow us to give a dividend if we want to do that. Now we're going to do a dividend, and we're also going to be reducing debt. We have, because of Biden and others, we have $37 trillion in debt. So we're going to be doing a dividend, which people will enjoy and spend and do what they want. But we're also going to be reducing debt very substantially.
What if the Supreme
All right. So you heard it there yourselves, where the president has definitely announced when these checks are expected to be sent out. Now, remember, these $2,000 tariff checks will have to be sent out after Congress votes to approve them. Okay, so they won't come out before Christmas, of course, because recently the government has reopened. Okay, but these $2,000 dividend checks, as he said, should be sent next year sometime if this plan moves forward. Okay, so honestly, there's like a lot of people on social media, on the internet, everywhere talking about this, of course. And I want to go ahead and get a few things cleared out the way. First and foremost, there's a lot of people out there who saying that this money, like these checks, instead of paying them out to the American people, should be sent to go ahead and lower the debt. Now, as you all saw in the video, the president stated that the debt will be paid down. Okay. So he didn't necessarily say how, but he said it will be. And usually when Trump does say things like that, I mean, they usually do happen. All right. And that's surprising, but at the same time, not surprising either. Okay. So the fact of the matter is the president is committed to these $2,000 tariff payments and stuff. And a lot of people are, a growing number of people are actually becoming a little more excited about it, especially from some of them people who said that, it's going like we're still going to pay down the nation debt because the money is not, coming from the taxpayers, are coming from the other countries. Now, a lot of people saying that since it's coming from the other countries and everything, I mean, it should go ahead and go towards, paying down the national debt. All right. Now, the fact of the matter is there's also people out there who stated that, well, they didn't come from other taxpayers and they came from other countries. So basically, this is just my money coming back to me. All right. And of course, MAGA is split on this. Some saying that it should go towards national debt. Others say that it should be coming back to us and everything because we've been robbed of this money for the past years, if not decades. Okay, so yeah, these $2,000 tariff rebate checks does have a lot of people talking. Some hopeful, some disappointed, of course. All right, and the fact is that whenever people start, talking about these different things, I mean, let's be real. It's like a lot of people are hoping for these to go ahead and to get sent out and stuff. As a matter of fact, like the Treasury Secretary Bissett, he stated that, at first He wasn't sure, or he didn't hear anything about, checks being sent out. Maybe it's like related tax and tips, no tax on tips and everything. But then later he confirmed that these checks are a part of the plan and will one day be sent out. But the fact is that these have just in speculation yet. I mean, it was brought up more while the government was still shut down. Okay, so these $2,000 tariff checks, or some people call another stimulus check when it really isn't and stuff, they're basically, as you all heard from President Trump, that they're going to go out towards, people going ahead and, go out for spending and everything to help their lives better and stuff. And a lot of people I know, they're saying, well, these $2,000 tariff checks just going to go ahead and go towards paying bills and everything. Well, let's be real here. To many of people in the past who actually got stimulus checks during the pandemic and everything, I mean, a lot of them didn't really pay the bills, okay? A lot of them, were actually went on ahead and just used those checks to go ahead and get clothes, shoes, and a few other things out there. Now, granted, a number of people did use it to pay bills, but at the same time, I mean, how many of them actually have money left over? Can't determine that number, all right? But the fact is that it's intention that we see the purpose of, these checks, all right? And people would claim these $2,000, tariff checks will actually should be called stimulus checks because they're using it because people are going to use these, and it has to be used to spend on things, okay? But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people are still talking about this. Do you think that this should go towards, paying down the national debt and everything, or do you think that it should go back to the people? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. Okay. So I also stated that, these $2,000 tariff checks could be limited, well, actually should be limited to families that's earning under $100,000 a year, according to Treasury Secretary Percent. All right. So, yeah, definitely it should be going to people who making up below a certain threshold. All right. And then, it even says here, according to Percent, where there's a lot of options here that the president's talking about, a $2,000 rebate, and those that would be, for families making less than, say, $100,000. Okay. So he was asked further if the administration had decided on the income threshold, and he clarified we haven't, it's in discussion. Okay. So that may mean that it may be prone to changing, might go a little higher, maybe lower. I mean, who knows? But the fact is that this is still the early talk, okay? And also, be careful out there on with different YouTubers and stuff who would make videos stating that the $2,000 tariff checks or the $2,000 stimulus checks have been confirmed now. Will be sent out this month. Will be sent out before Christmas. No, if it wasn't from a video or with President Trump featuring it, or a social media post from him stating when it would be, or if Congress has already approved on it and voted on it and stuff, that's fake news right there. Okay, that's definitely fake news. So don't fall in for that trap. All right, and that's just a heads up. Okay, but I mean, let's be real here. There's a lot of people out there who want these $2,000 rebate tariff checks to go ahead and pay down the national debt. And then there's also those who would want these $2,000 tariff rebate checks to be spending on to pay for bills, get more clothes, food, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, yeah, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. What do you think this should go towards? Okay, should it be going towards paying down national debt, or should it go to families and people and everything who actually are taxpayers? Okay, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for future uploads, notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, peace.